If you stop watching this video, please tell me why so that I can improve. Otherwise, hi, welcome. I'm trying to learn international studies, today Mozambique. And after we've done that, we're going to do neck stretching. And if you participate in the neck stretching, then it's at your own risk. And this is the third part in which we're doing Mozambique. And now we're trying to make a video about Mozambique. But first, number one. There was something said about the rivers of Mozambique and why they might flood. And now we want to make a presentation or an answer just about that. And so that we have as an information why rivers can flood, basically. Now here's it. A broad coastal plain, around 300 kilometers wide, covers much of central and of south Mozambique. Okay, not in the north, of central and south Mozambique. It's around 3,000 kilometers long, Mozambique, at the eastern part of Africa, southeast. So the 300 kilometers from the center to the south are flat, a broad coastal plain. It rises inland to about 150 meters. Rivers that cross the plain often flood large areas. Soils vary from fertile alluvium to barren sands. Okay, let's get on to I think there was enough information to it. Inland are plateaus and highland areas. The plateau in the northeast is a continuation of a Tanzanian plateau. On it are the Nyasa Highland bordering Lake Malawi and the Namuli Mountains to the south, which reach 2,500 meters. The Angonia Highlands border Malawi and Zambia. The Western Highlands are an extension of the Rhodesian uplands and reach 2,400 meters on the frontier. Mozambique has a tropical climate. The far south lies outside the tropics but is warmed by the offshore Mozambique current. Temperatures on the coast average 23 to 27 degrees Celsius. Altitude moderates temperatures inland. Rainfall is heaviest in upland areas. The Namuli Mountains have more than 150 centimeters a year. Can we find the Namuli Mountains on the map? I can't find them. Okay, where are they? It's just the Namuli Mountains. Here, on it are the Nyasa Highlands. The inland are plateau and highland areas. The plateau in the northeast is a continuation of the Tanzanian plateau. On it are the Nyasa Highlands bordering Lake Malawi and the Namuli Mountains to the south. So the Namuli Mountains are on the south of this highland plateau which stretches down from Tanzania. So the plateau in the northeast to the coast is a continuation of the Tanzanian mountains. Tanzania is at the north of Mozambique. On it are the Nyasa Highlands. The Nyasa Highlands are here next to the Lake Malawi, bordering Lake Malawi and the Namuli Mountains. And we are searching where the Namuli Mountains are. And the Namuli Mountains to the south, which reach 2,500 meters. Namuli, there, Namuli. Namuli is the mountain, 2,500 meters. Okay, rainfall is heaviest in upland areas. The Namuli Mountains have more than 150 centimeters. They said flooding is more in the center to coastal, to the south. Namuli would be almost center. But I think that thing that the upland is everywhere, not just the Namuli Mountains. Now, rainfall is heaviest in the upland areas. Rainfall on the coastal plain generally decreases inland. In the upland areas, so in the north, we say, in the mountain areas, rainfall on the coastal plain generally decreases inland. But it's on the coastal plain. So as soon as it reaches the upland areas with mountains, the Rhodesian mountains, and then it rains again more. Most rain falls as thundery showers in December to April. Okay, that's the first thing. The rain in Mozambique comes mostly as thundery showers during December to April. And it rains more in the upland areas. And there are within Rhodesia. The Western Highlands are an extension of Rhodesian uplands. Western Highlands, where we have them here, W Highlands written. Now where's Rhodesia and where are the Western Highlands? Okay. Okay. In the Western Highlands of Mozambique, on the western part, which are a continuation of the Rhodesian mountains, of the mountains of Rhodesia, of the uplands of Rhodesia, where it rains, and it does typically in thundery showers between December to April. And now the water coming from these mountains through the rivers down, we could name Save and Goronkats and T, maybe? We're not going to name the river. And if we're going now over these rivers that cross the plain often flood large areas, because the broad coastal plain wide covers much of central and south Mozambique. And the rivers which are going down are going through a broad plain area. And if these rivers now swell, they are covering a large area. Anything else to interpret? I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to have a second camera, and I'm going to start it now, and try to set it. Maybe I need 2 or 3 tries, it's a bit complex to explain. Nations and places, that's it. Okay. Mozambique lies in Africa, down the southeast, and to the western part of Mozambique there's Rhodesia, and the Rhodesian uplands are there, the Rhodesian mountains basically, and they are also a bit there. Now and there it rains heavily, or sometimes heavily, and thundery showers in the rain season. Also rain season, I don't want to say what you know. No, we did not say it. Mozambique is in the southeast of Africa, and to the west of Mozambique there are the uplands of Rhodesia, of a country of Rhodesia, and their mountains, so basically on the western part of Mozambique. And if it rains there, which happens oftentimes in thundery showers, there's a lot of rainfall then in these mountains as thundery showers. And the rivers now going from these mountains to the coast of Africa, to the coast there, through Mozambique, are going through a broad and plain area. Now, and if there's now such a heavy rainstorm, then these rivers are swelling, and because it is a plain area, they can flood large areas. So it rains thundery or heavy into the mountain, and then these rivers going from the mountains to the coast are going through a plain, flat area, and if they now flood because of heavy rain, then they're flooding a large area. And that is according to Nations and Places, page 1237 of the Reader's Digest Library of Modern Knowledge, Book 3, 23, written by Monica Beckinsale, Robert Beckinsale, Harold Blackmore, DJ Dwyer, Keith Lyne, Stewart and Nancy McMillan, R.E.H. Mellenkevin, Rafferty, D.H. Sinclair, Arthur Spencer, G.R. Story, James Wildersey, and Kenneth Warden. I'm going to stop the camera. And we don't really have time left to do anything else, I think. That is it. So that was the international studies part. If you were here for international studies, where we talked about hydrology and rivers, but we talked about Mozambique, important things about Mozambique. Now, if you were here for international studies, you can go directly to the next part of international studies, where we continue talking about Mozambique, and then we try to make a presentation about whole Mozambique, what is written there. Now, if you stay here and participate in the Neckstretching, then it's really almost. We're having the feet standing together, and we're breathing in, and we're reaching with the fingertips as far to the sides as we can. And breathe again out, fingertips down. Down the face. Breathe again in and reach with the fingertips as far as you can. And out and down. Now breathe in and reach in front. High up and back, reach back with the fingertips again down. One more round. Reach in front. Up and back, reach as far as you can. Now the arms to the side and circle a bit around. And into the other direction. And now, legs shoulder width wide apart and tall up, shoulders back, and breathe in. And breathe out and turn the head over to one side. Only as far as it goes. Breathe again in. And breathe out, chin down onto the clavicle. Breathe again in, lift the gaze. And turn the head over to the other side. Breathe again in. And out, chin down onto the clavicle. Breathe and lift the gaze and turn it back into the middle. And over to the other side again. Breathe in. And now breathe halfway out. And then circle the head over to the other side. Breathe again in. And breathe out halfway. And then circle the head over to the other side. And back into the middle. Now, the palms of the hands together, the elbows together, and breathe in and reach high. Out and again down. In and up again. Out and down. Now hands back, breathe in. And out, stretch in front and bring the head down. In and back. Out and in front. In and back. And now in the next exercise, have feet standing together. Intertwine the fingers behind the back, tall up, shoulders back, breathe in. And breathe out, bring the head over to one side. And the chin down onto the clavicle and pull with the hands down to the ground. Breathe in, lift the gaze. And turn the head over to the other side. Tall up, shoulders back, and breathe in. And now breathe in, chin down onto the clavicle and pull with the hands down to the ground. Breathe in, lift the gaze, and turn the head back into the middle. Now have the legs standing shoulder width wide apart a little bit more, and intertwine the fingers again behind the back, and bring them over to one side. Tall up and shoulders back, breathe again in. And breathe out, turn the head to the side where the hands are. Breathe again in. And out, bring the chin down onto the clavicle, and pull the arm in and the shoulder down. Breathe and lift the gaze and turn the head over to the other side. The hands over to the other side. Breathe again. Tall up, shoulders back. And breathe out, chin down onto the clavicle. Pull the arm in. Breathe and lift the gaze and turn the head back into the middle. Have the feet again standing together and breathe in and lift the arms. Have feet standing together. Bring one hand behind the back and breathe in, lift one arm. And breathe out, bring the head over to one side, down, pull at the head. Breathe again in. And breathe out, look to the hand on top of the head. And hand down. The other hand behind the back, breathe in, lift the head up. And breathe out, bring the head again over, down, pull at the head. Breathe again in. And out, look to the hand on top of the head. Now breathe again in, lift the arms up, and breathe out and go back and draw the shoulder blades together. In and up again, and out, lean back, draw the shoulder blades together. In and up, over cross the arms, intertwine the fingers and reach hard. Breathe out and reach in front and hold the back. In and up with the arms, over cross the other way around and breathe in and reach hard. Breathe out, reach in front, hold the back. In and up. And out, lean with long arms back. In and up. Out, lean again back. In and up. And out, the hands over the sides down. Breathe in with the arms up. And out the arms down. In and the hands up. Bring the hands to touch and now the hands down to heart center. That was the next stretching. I thank you very much and until next time.